This is it, what? Fettuccine with the team, we getting lit. What? Got it rolled up, now who really tryna hit one? Puff, puff, then we pass. Then we pass. Then we pass. This is it, what? Fettuccine with the team, we getting lit. What?
That never gets old.
Yo, that show was they was wildin'. They was wildin'.
That hook was wild.
It was an era, man. It was an era. Super Thug took over. What's good with you, man? You been hiding and all of that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Things.
Been depraving the people?
I know, man. I'm so sorry for your guys.
Talk about a hiatus. You know what I'm saying? We had to lay low. You know what I'm saying? Tuck, duck, and roll a little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
But we kept it moving. We kept it solid. We kept it busy.
We kept evolving and shit.
Exactly.
My commute time has been greatly reduced. I'm so
0 minutes
excited.
Late. 0 minutes late.
I'm never gonna be late ever
0
again.
days off.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Show up every
know.
time.
I always show up.
I wonder why that is.
I wonder.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll talk about that later.
We had a new location, clearly.
Period.
You see the set upgrade, course, again.
How do you like it?
Round number, 17? We does this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We does this.
We evolving.
We got to keep you on your toes.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
Exactly. You never know what we're going to pop up next.
But we here. It's your man, EarthTone.
And your man, the real PZ.
And it's the Herbal Tea Podcast, man.
I'm with
Episode
Bach.
49.
Right.
Damn, we getting up there. Kids is getting old.
Kids getting old.
How we gonna do it today? It's been a lot going on.
It's been a hell of a lot going on, man.
This Q Plus music scene, man. It's been ringing off.
Pretty much since we started this, it just got even crazier and crazier. A lot of new nieces, a lot of new nephews and shit.
A lot of new nieces.
Family is expanding crazy.
Yep. And we love it. We love to see it.
Period.
So we're gonna get right into it. We got a head to head today.
We do got a head to head.
You know
right?
what I'm saying? We got 2 projects.
Right.
Fresh off the presses.
Mm-hmm.
We got Shamir.
Right.
Versus
Sid.
Formerly the Kid.
We got a lot of S's going on.
Shamir versus Sid. So bring it on there. Who we got first? Who we gonna bring up first?
The first one we're gonna bring is Shamir.
Okay.
Have you guys heard of Shamir?
I have not. This is a new one for me.
I have not
Putting me on.
So check this out. Shamir is a North Las Vegas bred singer-songwriter who identifies as non-binary.
Okay.
But he does not really understand the they pronouns, so he just sticks with he. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's what it is. He grew up with a wide range of soul, R&B, and hip-hop influences and picked up guitar at age 9.
Ooh.
His aunt, which is a twin sister of his mother, is actually in the music business, but I'm not really clear on what her position is, but she works with a lot of different musicians, and he came up listening to a lot of, those musicians in the sessions and being involved like that.
Okay.
So he released his first EP, Northtown, in 2014. Northtown is a reference to the neighborhood he grew up in North Las Vegas.
Northtown?
Right. And it was critically acclaimed with the track If It Wasn't True. Then he signed to XL Recordings, so that was home to like Adele, MIA. They were all on that record label. So London-based record label.
I've been hearing about that record label.
Right,
Somebody else we reviewed signed to that label. I felt like.
Yeah. I can't remember them right now,
but
the XL was definitely
okay.
popping in the early 2010s. He then released his debut album Ratchet, toured with the likes of bands like Years and Years and Troye Sivan, both of them Q Plus acts, before being dropped by XL.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Before his second album, which he got to keep and release on his own.
Okay, that's dope.
Then he went on to release, quite a few other albums. He suffered an episode and was diagnosed as bipolar after his second album was released, but during that time he went home, he recorded a new album, a third album, Revelations, that was released and more critical acclaim kind of followed him all the way through the 2010s. He released a book in 2021 called But I'm a Painter, with a collection of essays inspired by his paintings.
Busy out here.
You already know. He's
Running it up.
He's been doing his thing.
A lot of output.
You know what I'm saying?
And apparently this is his 8th studio album.
8th studio motherfucking
That's a lot of
albums.
output for somebody who came out, 2014? Which
Right,
was the butt?
right. He's been doing his thing. Right.
And apparently he gets a lot of Prince references or Prince comparisons as far as his voice, his tone.
Yes, sir.
And he's confused by that because he feels like, Prince is a falsetto. He goes up there, he goes high with it.
Right.
You hear Prince talk, and he sounds like baritone. Like his voice is like you. Like
Yeah.
you hear Prince talk, you like, oh shit, that's you singing.
You would never think.
But you hear Shamir talk, and his voice is up there. Like he has a high voice. That's his natural voice. So he's like, he's not straining to do falsetto. Like that's not really what he's doing. So he's like, he kind of confused by but he getting technical with it. Like that's on some, you know what I'm saying? If you know type singers type shit.
Absolutely. As it so happened, fun fact, speaking of his vocal range, it's classified as a countertenor, which is in the male range that's kind of really, really high, which is where he probably gets the Prince comparisons, and I think he could go a little bit higher than that.
Yeah.
But he's one reviewer or journalist referred to his voice as somewhere between Prince masquerading as singer Camille mixed with a teenage Michael Jackson, and I think that actually describes that shit because this shit goes really fucking high.
Yeah,
but
very, very unique, distinctive voice.
You already know. So that brings us to his current project, his 8th solo LP entitled Heterosexuality. And I love that title. At least the way he used it. You know what I'm saying? It was released in 2022, February 11th. You know what I'm saying? 10 tracks on this album. So,
healthy serving.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of what you want from an album.
37 minutes, 24 seconds.
37 minutes?
37 minutes.
That's all it was?
That's it.
Oh, man, it felt longer.
It did feel longer. Well, the songs are kind of like healthy.
Yeah.
Like they average 3 minutes, 30 seconds almost.
Okay.
Like he got 4-minute joints on it. He only got 2 songs that were like 2 minutes plus.
So like a classic, situation. So I'm going to go ahead and get to it.
Uh-oh. What we got?
I gave him a 47 mid.
Ooh.
Yeah.
47. Okay.
I give it a 47.
Okay.
So when I first heard this album, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Well, okay, not that I didn't like it. It definitely caught me off guard. But then I took a few more listens, few more spins, and then I'm seeing the credits and I'm realizing, okay, this guy produces himself because not only he's a singer-songwriter, he's like an accomplished musician. He plays guitar and he plays a couple of different instruments as well. So he's doing this record all on his own. So that kind of changed like how I looked at it.
Well, this record, he actually worked with a producer on this one.
He did work with a producer, didn't he?
Yeah, it was somebody from a Portland band called Strange Ranger.
Okay, dope.
And the producer is Hollow Comment. That's his name. Because I looked him up because I know he produces most of his stuff. I think his previous stuff he mostly produced. But this was like, you know how when you link up with one producer and they do the whole album for you, he kind of did this to get that grungy rock sound that he kind of got with this. And I'm sure he played a part in, playing certain instruments and shit. But
doing some arrangements and things like that.
If you look on the credits on the streaming services, it say like producer Hollow Comment.
Okay.
And he's on all of the songs. So I guess they worked together for the whole project.
Okay,
which I thought was
awesome.
kind of dope.
That's dope. So, okay, that explains the grungy sound that you get from it, which I love. So I listened to it. It really stood out to me listening to it in earbuds because I first listened to it first out loud and trying to get like really, really, but it's an intimate album. It's something that requires close listening because he's a writer, y'all. He's a writerly writer.
Definitely.
So he writes the type of songs that you would get like Taylor Swift, Amy Winehouse, Janis Joplin type like lyricism.
Yeah, I think Taylor was one of his influences.
Right, exactly. And it definitely shows in his songwriting ability. So I listened a little closer. I like what I heard as far as the production is concerned. I like the grunginess. And then he was able to follow through with that sound all throughout because different type of songs. He got, some rock, some more like grungy things going on. Then he's got some trip hop, a little bit of, electronica going on. And I think at the end on Nuclear, it's more acoustic. It's like a kind of like a more folky type record. So he's got different sounds on it, which I liked. You know what I'm saying? I gave full credit to that. The lyricism it's heavy, definitely giving self-empowerment, sexual empowerment, self-righteousness comes in with the gay agenda. And that was kind of like, okay, yo, he's serious. He here. He's serious about his shit. Yeah. He not playing with y'all. So the lyric that struck me, last song, Nuclear. Listen to your heart though, it's a sketchy source. It just likes the sensation of being sore. Like, yo, that's the level that he's on.
Yeah.
And I mess with that. Yeah. Now, I still think his voice it's not my favorite. But I definitely like what he does with his voice, because and he's not trying to sing falsetto. He just is that's his voice. That's his voice. And I think sometimes it can strain a little bit to listen to all these songs, and he's kind of singing up there in that range, and it's not always working for every type of song. So that's kind of where my thing is.
Okay.
47 mid. What
47 mid. That's not bad. I was in the mid range as well. I gave it a 58% mid.
Nigga.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate you.
I gave it a 58% mid.
Wow.
I like this joint. He is definitely an acquired taste, right? Voice is very distinctive, very different, very unique. It's a blend of a lot of different voices. It does take some getting used to. And then you hearing, like, he has heavy content, heavy lyrics.
Right.
And then the production is heavy as well. So it's not like, and then the first 3 joints he giving you, they all like on that grunge, dark, I'm taking you there off rip. Like, period. It's not about to be no walk in the park, right? He got the gay agenda, cisgender, which is hard. Like, yo, cisgender is hard. He's belting, like singing at the top of his lungs, but like his voice is naturally high, so it's like a high belt, but he has control of his voice. He has a very unique voice, but he has really good control of it.
Right.
And it sounds crazy over this production because it's like that dramatic, like it's like 70s rock ballad type dramatic production that he going in on. And he's saying, I don't want to be a girl, I don't want to be a man. He like, I'm not cisgender, I'm not binary trans. Like, he just like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of these labels. I'm not none of that shit. Like, and he yelling at the top of it's like, it's powerful when you hear it. So when I heard that joint, I'm like, all right, that's what he going at. And this is following the gay agenda joint, which he pops off with. Like, he's giving it to you. The Abomination joint.
Abomination is a situation and an elevation and a rockavation. Yeah, I love the lyricism on that, y'all. I'm here for it.
It was my jam, but it was also like, all right.
Right?
We was getting there at that point. I was like, all right. And then he started switching it up. It started getting a little melodic with a few joints. The Stability joint, I kind of liked. You know what I'm saying? Cold Brew was a bit of a jam. He had a few joints.
Stability was my shit.
I like Stability.
Stability is my
was
shit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Father was deep.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was another joint. And like you said, it felt longer because he was taking you on a journey. Like, he was giving you stories.
Yep.
He was pulling from some tough spots in his life.
Absolutely.
Reproductive. That's my jam, fam. Like, that might be my favorite joint on the project.
That's the slow rock, the slow big stadium
giving me
rock
like
joint.
Green Day. You know what I'm saying? One of them type joints, like one of they ballads. When they had a ballad on their album.
Right. That's
it's one of those. Like, I was like, ooh, I liked it. I liked it a lot. And like we said, his pen is like where he taking it and then he touching home because he talking about shit that, us Q+ artists that we want to hear about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we be hungry to hear shit like that. Especially a good artist that's nice with the pen.
Yeah.
We be hoping for them to talk about some real shit.
Absolutely.
And he definitely giving it up. So, yeah, man, 58% mid. What you had a 40?
47.
What's that? We got to add that up.
Hold on. 58, 47.
We got to tally that up. 58 and 47. That's what?
I think that's 95. But hold on. Let's go ahead and do that.
Oh, man.
47 plus 58. 105.
105. 105.
105. Divide that by
2.
2 gives us a 76. No. That's not it.
That should be like a 50.
It should be divided by 2. It should be 52.5.
52.5. Okay, that's the average.
Yeah.
We gotta write that down.
We gotta throw that down.
52.5. Okay, Shamir. You know what I'm saying?
52.5. That's where he's at.
Not too bad on the Richter scale. We out here.
Not too bad.
Okay, so that brings us to
who's the next one?
The one and only Sid, the motherfucking kid.
Oh.
No longer the kid. Just
no longer
Sid.
the kid.
You know what I'm saying? She out here.
She just said.
Yeah, singer-songwriter, musician from LA, former member of Odd Future. You know what I'm saying? That's where she got her start and all of that.
Right.
So she built a studio at the crib.
Right.
And she started recording random kids in the neighborhood. And some of the kids she was recording happened to be Odd Future.
Right.
So that's how she met them. Ended up being a part of the group, helping produce and make a few of their hits. Got her deal through them. And that was that. And she, branched off, did her own thing. Was one of the founders of the Internet, the band.
The Internet.
Absolutely. And one of the other co-founders was also a member of Odd Future. So she linked up with one of her best friends from the group. They branched off, did their own thing, and now they got the Internet.
Right.
She had hoop dreams as a high school youth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She was out there playing sports. Most of her family thought she was going to go to the league and all that. But she ended up falling out of love with sports and fell in love with music. And she ended up writing, she kind of came out around the same time she started doing music. So that was kind of the falling in love, the little romantic part of it. And like I said, she got her first record deal through Odd Future. Her mom's was an aspiring DJ. And her uncle was a popular reggae producer. So she kind of had a little history, a little musical in her situation in her blood and all of that before she popped off. But then, she fell in love with music. And we got Sid the motherfucking kid. Some of her influences include Stevie Wonder,
right,
D'Angelo, and Brandy. So she's out here with it. She got a nice little eclectic sound. You know the vibe. What you know about Sid? You heard of her before.
We have had featured Sid on the show before.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? She's not only one of the top Q plus artists in the top 50. We reviewed her last February.
Episode 26.
Episode 26.
Yep.
She had a single.
You're missing out.
Which is, actually.
We didn't love it.
We didn't.
We did not love it.
I loved it a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
Yeah, we didn't love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's actually on this project we
It
about
is
to
on
review.
this project, indeed.
Look at that. So,
looky.
the name of this project is Broken Hearts Club. It came out April 8th, 22. So she dropped that joint, a year. She let that cook, bubble.
She did.
Which I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? That's what the artists used to do back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You put a single out, you work that joint. You know what I mean? You get the people some time to, you know what I mean?
Get it in their system.
Yeah.
Give us time to review it.
Yeah, exactly. 13 songs, 38 minutes, 55 seconds. So around the same time. More songs, but shorter songs. You know what I'm saying? I gave this joint a 65% loud.
You gave it a loud?
Gave it a loud.
You gave
65% loud.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I was rocking with this joint. The production was there. Like, I'm big on production.
Yeah.
It's always a 2-part thing for me. You got the lyrics, the content, and then the production. So what you saying and then how it sound.
Right.
The way the shit sound won me over off top, right? The production is there. The way it opened, I love the little acronym she using. She kept talk about like a concept album.
Right.
She stuck to the concept the whole project.
She did.
Which I haven't seen an artist do that in a while.
She told a story.
And it wasn't like it was moments where it came off a little cheeky, a little corny. But it was few far between. It wasn't a lot. And you got 13 joints on here. We haven't heard a solo joint from her in a while. A full-length project. The production on here was the crazy. It's talking about love, so she ain't really talking about nothing new under the sun. It ain't really super inventive, so she kind of got to get creative with it. I feel like what she was doing with this one, for the most part, she was really getting into her, like, paying homage bag. Like, I heard a lot of Aaliyah, influence. I heard a lot of Timbo.
Talking about
you know what
that.
I'm saying? I heard a lot about that. I heard a lot of that going on. Prince. I heard them Prince drums coming off and they're popping off.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I love those joints. She was giving me Future Sex Love Sounds, all of those. She was giving me a lot of that blended into
a little bit.
Just Sid the Kid. But one of the drawbacks for me was, you know, she got that cool mellow flow, that tone to her voice, which it could get a little sleepy at moments, especially when you're talking about love. You know what I'm saying? You all of the joints is about love. You going in, you clearly, she taking you to the story from top to bottom. Pretty much, she falling for somebody, letting them know, and then they pretty much saying it ain't gonna be what it is, and she like, all right, well, fuck, you missing out, like. That's how the shit closed. You know what I'm saying? But she take you through that whole journey. And I fuck with the storytelling. Like, she had some real ill lyrical moments there. The ballad Goodbye My Love. It's such a short little, it's like an interlude almost. Like, it starts off just the music, the instrumental, then it closes out, and then it just comes back in. She comes in with the melody straight, like along with she uses the same melody as the beat. It was super dope. I love little artsy shit like that. Like, that shit kind of, I fuck with it. Overall, Out Loud was my jam. I mean, that little concept right there was just kind of, you know what I mean? Like, don't keep me away from your friends. Don't keep me a secret. Like, if you love me, you fuck with me. Like, say it out loud. I need to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she giving you little simple isms like that all throughout the project, which I fuck with. Broken Hearts Club, man. She had her heart broken, and she gonna tell you about it. She took you through a whole story, 13 songs to let you know about it, and it's a little ride. I don't know, man. I was rocking with it. How you feeling? You don't seem like you was as thrilled about it as I was.
Thriller. So I was thrilled at the idea of Sid coming back after all these years. Doing her thing, and then we messed around and we reviewed a song that ended up on the album,
on the project,
which I didn't know that until you know, we didn't know she was really doing an album, because you know she's very low key, you know, about her shit. She not all the way out there, so we didn't know what was happening with Sid until she just kind of surprise dropped this thing. And you know how I liked Missing Out, you know, just a little bit better.
Yeah,
I didn't love the rest of the album as much.
Damn, that was your favorite on the album?
It wasn't my favorite. There's other songs on there that I fuck with. Now, okay, I gave the album a 44 mid.
Ooh,
I gave it a 44 mid.
Okay.
Because she do get a little sleepy. She start off yawning, like in the song. She came on yawning. Like, girl, I was like, girl, you dry.
Damn.
What's happening? I'm like, I'm not in love with Sid's voice. She does give like a Leah Erykah Badu-ish with a little slather of wallpaper.
Okay. Okay.
That's what it's giving me.
Okay.
And like, one song is cool, but then you doing a whole album and you kind of really don't, like, okay, that's her voice. That's unfortunate for me.
Ooh, damn.
It's unfortunate for me because like that's your voice. And then you know what's crazy is all the guests add color, and the different producers that come in, because she does some production on it, but then she also collaborates with a few others, which I heard. And the first one that stuck out to me was Control. I think that one was produced by Rodney Jerkins. That was my favorite song.
That was definitely the Timbo influence.
It was indeed.
Aaliyah inspired.
It was Aaliyah inspired.
That was produced by Rodney Jerkins.
That was produced by Rodney
Jerkins. I didn't know that.
She had Dark Child on
that makes sense.
The Situation. And I heard it right away. Like, I didn't hear Rodney Jerkins per se, but I heard a shift in the production style for
when that
song.
Came on. Okay.
And she still kind of sounds, you know, the same. She's like, but it's just a better production, and I think that says something about like how she sounds. Like Kalani on the was it the Out Loud song? Like as soon as she comes in, she's doing her thing. Like she's Kalani, she's in her bag.
Yeah,
Sid coming before her,
reach too far out of a certain pocket.
Exactly. And then it just, you know, it benefits from that. And, you know, I don't know if it's a good pairing for the song.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I I need Sid to kind of like, I don't know.
She need to spice it up a little bit.
Spice it up a little bit.
Little spice, some spice.
I don't know what it would take.
You wasn't feeling Tie the Knot? Tie the Knot was hard.
Tie the Knot. Did I have Tie the Knot? No, I did.
Tie the Knot. That was the smooth boppy. It was cool. It was a cute little.
Heartfelt Freestyle.
Heartfelt Freestyle was hard. I like that joint.
But
too.
the production again really sold me more.
But that's
on
what
that
I'm
one.
saying, though.
That's kind of really what it did. What did it for me?
All right, but you got to give her the production too. Like
I do give her that. I give her the credit.
That right track joint. I was waiting for
right.
Nelly. I was waiting for Nelly to come on. I felt like Nelly.
Was that the one with Smino?
Was it? Who was on? Yeah, I think that was Smino. I think it was
Smino on it. So I fucked with that.
It sounded like Nelly was going to come on.
But yeah, that's really where I'm coming from with it. 44 mid.
All right, so where we at with it? We got that's a big range. That's a 21 point gap. 44 mid.
Hold on.
65 loud.
Hold on. Let's go ahead and get that.
That's 9. That's 109.
44 plus what's yours?
65.
65. That's 109.
Divided by 2.
Hold on.
That's 50, like 53.
Divided by 2. That gives us a 54.5.
Wow, 54.5.
It's kind of close.
It is close. Very close. So we got Sid with a 54.5 overall HTP rating.
Right.
We got Shamir with a 52.5 overall.
I think that's right.
HTP rating.
I think that's right.
Sid seems to have this one.
Sid edged it
by
out.
the skin of her chinny chin chin.
She edged it her little broken heart out.
Wow. You're missing out.
Hold on. Let me see if hold on. I don't know if y'all can hear this in the background, but let's check it out. We're gonna ride out to Control.
Hey man.
You know what I'm saying? Because that is the shit right there. That was the real.
Hey, come on, Sid. See, you was feeling that joint. You was feeling it. She had some joints on there, man.
You know what I'm saying? She did have some song on there. Hold on. Let me see.
I like this jam. She did her thing. Hey, shout out to all the Q+ artists out there doing their thing. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Staying tuned. It's good to be back every Thursday, Herbal Thursdays.
You know what it
saying?
is.
Check us out. Stream us on all DSPs, all platforms. Or you can watch us on YouTube if you want to see our pretty faces and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Put a face to the voice. And we're going to end it like we always like to end it.
On a high note.
On a motherfucking high note.
That's where we at.
We getting lit. What? Got it rolled up. Now who really tryna hit one? Puff, puff, then we pass.